A few weeks ago, I uploaded one of the more interesting videos I've ever brought to my channel. The strategy that is banned in tournaments. And in that game, which I'd suggest you watch first because it's kind of relevant, I showed you the strategy which incorporated sling to a certain civilization, which was also teamed to another civilization, which I will again break down again. Now, immediately after that game concluded, the same teams went to play again, and they ran into each other. So, pretty interesting scenes here. Let me bring you up to speed, all right? So, first off, we're going to start with the team that I have labeled as the We Started It team, okay? Because, well, if you've taken a look at the civilizations, the other team kind of knew what was coming and have some tricks up their sleeve. We have orange, we have Alex playing as the Italians. We have in the purple, we have No Bibo, who, again, a name I have not translated and cannot pronounce well, playing as the Poles. In the yellow, we have Andre playing as the Khmer. And then in the red, we have Felipe playing as the Goths. Now, the whole strategy for the We Started It team surrounds slinging resources from all three players to the Goth player, but also incorporates a unique aspect, which is a team bonus from the Italians, where anyone who is teamed with the Italians can make the Condo Tiro. A unit that is extremely strong in early imp, and, well, believe me, Imperial Age comes in pretty early here on Fortress. The players start with stone walls. Typically, you use this time to build up your own economy and get a lot of eco in order to, have 4 players with their own armies and their own economies play the game. That is not what's going to happen here. So, I heard from the Revenge team that when they got Fortress, they were like, it's very possible we'll be up against those guys again. And if we are, let's try their strategy. So this is the Revenge team, who I talked a little bit about in my previous upload, saying incredibly good team, who are just more talented overall. And you can even see it by the team game elo than the opponents. We have Soccers here. Soccer is playing as the Goths in the blue. In the green pocket, we have Slavs. For worst NA flank, I believe this player is Tuna, if that matters to you guys, playing as the Slavs. In the teal, we have Rooster playing as the Khmer. And then last but not least, we have Locke, who's playing as the Italians. So everyone's on the way to the next stage. They're all pretty much doing the same strategy, which means this is a 4v4 game, which is going to turn into a 1v1 game. And the players who I am assuming, I haven't actually watched the game yet, by the way, the players I'm assuming are attacking each other are right next to each other. I am so excited. Locke, who is the person who messaged me originally, said, yo, T90, you got to check out this game. He said, I don't think this one is particularly interesting unless you're a fan of 100 condos running into each other over and over again. Now, I don't think Locke knows me very well. I've known him for a few years. How does that not sound interesting to me? That sounds incredibly unique and incredibly exciting. So here's the deal. You can already see the resources are going over to blue, okay? This is going to be spammed more than any sling notification has ever been spammed before on the left side of your screen. So eventually, I'm just going to remove this because it's going to be obnoxious. We will have 6 out of the 8 players sending resources to each other on the left-hand side, okay? Not to mention, like, selling res and whatever else. All I want you to pay attention to right now is I want you to look at red's resources and I want you to look at blue's resources. And what they will need to do is they will need to... They'll have to have the resources for Imperial Age. And then they'll have to have the buildings for Imperial Age. Now, well, this is interesting. Purple's actually brought a Vil here with scouts from allies. I don't know what this is about. But anyways, so you need imp resources. That should be easy enough because you have 3 players sending you res. You don't need imp buildings because the castle counts as 1, so that's good too. And blue, by the way, is going to make a bunch of houses. And so blue realizes that eventually he needs a lot of population space for the military spam that's going to incur. I have no clue what this is. This is interesting. Purple's probably like, I just sent you resources all game last time. Can I do something else? And maybe there's a strat surrounding this. Maybe it's like a stone wall strat with one villager, which could be interesting. Now, look at this. So last time there was a siege tower in play, which siege towered units over the walls. Gray is prepping a second layer of walls in the event a siege tower shows up. Really smart thinking, actually. Not sure if everyone's going to do that. Doesn't really seem like it, but yeah. So, okay, only 2 players on the way to Castle H. The resources are really good. I guess the main difference here is it seems like there's more food in the bank right now for blue. I think this is probably a point, guys, where I'm going to remove the stats. Like, there's literally no reason to see it, right? I think the spam... Actually, let's leave it for an extra minute or two, because the spam's really not going to begin until these guys are in imp. And they're both on the way to imp right now. You can create condos immediately from your barracks, and condos produce pretty quickly. And, well, we have the siege workshop for red, who, again, he started it. He went for the siege tower approach, and I really respected it. And the top comment on that other video was, the best part about this strategy is finally a legitimate use for the siege tower. Now, fun fact about the siege tower, and I believe they're bugged currently, where if you lose one, that you, like 7 of the 10 units inside of it just die immediately. I believe that's a thing. It is actually with the current patch of the game, I have had to backdate my game twice in order to cast this game for you guys. I almost forgot about it. And in another video, which will either be uploaded a couple days before this or a couple days after this, I talked about how I needed to pack and how it was super late. I said it was closing in on midnight. It is currently closing in on 1 a.m. because I was like, crap, I got to do this for people before I go see my family. Otherwise, family's not even worth it. Okay, let me remove this. Anyways, like the video if you appreciate what the shenanigans that's about to happen here. Tribute events, boom. Are we good? I'll leave market buy and sell events on because why not? Okay, I want to see Red's team's point of view. Okay, so they are actually walling the gate for blue in the back, which is kind of creative. Gots can't actually make stone gates. And he's going to try and just wall in front of the gates here. I mean, people could always make more gates, but it's something. And pretty much the entire revenge team, they know what's coming. They know a siege tower is part of the strat. So they're prepping palisade walls, which is super cool. And actually, purple might be able to communicate this to his team now. Okay, siege tower is prepared. Blue is in imp and red is in imp. And blue also has a siege tower. Okay? So remember, we have what little economy blue and red actually have. But then we have the economies of 3 other players coming towards them right now. And I imagine both teams understand what's going on here. This is incredible. I'm so excited. Again, how did Locke think this probably won't be interesting for you? We've got the siege tower face-off here. And we've got condos on condos on condos. And Locke sees this. He's letting his team know. Now, Blue's kind of forgotten to put units in the siege tower. The ride has left. And Blue's also later to upgrades here. Like, Red's about to have Blast Furnace right at the start of this fight. So it's a good start. And I'm just wondering, did they make enough houses right now? So Red's ahead on 1 upgrade. If this ever blinks for the players, if it ever has a little indicator that they're pop blocked, that could just lose your team the game, right? And yeah, like, you could argue that the team, the revenge team in this case, they are the higher ranked players, but they are just basically doing the exact same strategy as the enemies. There's not as many skill elements now. Now it's just like the execution of the strat. And you would think that the execution of the strat should be significantly better for the team. Where's the siege tower? Really? Okay, for the team that has kind of, been practicing the strategy and used it in the previous video. Okay, so Red's timing on the blacksmith upgrades paying off big time here. And right now, it's not looking so good. We've got 30 condos versus 20 condos from blue. And Red is looking to siege tower over some condos into someone's base here. So here he comes with the siege tower. Now, blue's got the castle fire to work with. And blue is now going to be on blast furnace, so the upgrades will be similar. I love this part. They did not tell me that this was happening. This is so freaking cool. Look, they're scouting for it. And they're probably like, well, guys, we can't siege tower now because you can't siege tower over 2 layers. And red is also probably looking at that too, as opposed to always looking here. But red's massing a lot more barracks. Okay, so red, he's just going to attack the gate now, which is probably the right play. Attacking gates are kind of weird. I don't even know if he's attacking the gate or the wall now. But anyways, we've got a big fight. Red paths right through blue's units, and you can't escape now. There's a wood line on the other side. Oof. And this is a nice little momentum swing for blue. If this doesn't scream higher ranked player in the game, I don't know what does. I'm disappointed in you, soccer. I'm disappointed, okay? You could have just sent... Wait, no, the other team did it too? What? Not all of them. Not all of them. But yellow did, which is also still so amazing. This is like, it's got its own meta here, this strategy, which again is still banned in tournaments for a reason, right? Not specifically the slinging of the Goths while teamed with the Italians and some good farming civs. No, just like sling in general at this stage of the game is banned because that's all you would ever see. If you're interested, I'll make a video. It'll be old graphics, but I can show you one of the biggest team game tournaments that's ever been played where it wasn't banned. And it was literally a 4v4 became a 2v2, guys. You just had 2 people sending res to other people the entire time. So, Condo v Condo. And we have Perfusion just now completing for blue. So now his units will produce faster. I'm playing a risky game here, opening up the gate there. But I guess he figures if anything gets in here, he's probably dead anyways. And blue's got a pretty big numbers lead, but we'll see if red can shift-click a couple condos a little bit faster. Siege tower from blue, by the way, hanging out near purple's walls, and purple says, I don't like that. I'm going to wall up too. And again, we zoom in on the condo fight. Blue is making condos, red is making condos, and the condos, what are they going to do? They're going to condo. Are they swinging with one hand? They're swinging... I don't know why I always thought they were like 2-handed swordsmen where they swung with 2 hands, but I never looked at this many condos before. Oh, a moment I missed, which wasn't Condo v Condo. Red has trapped one of his own units here after using the siege tower. The red tried to get through, and I guess there was a vulnerability there, and Rooster said, not today, buddy. And now he's just going to go bop, and he doesn't realize that thing is weak. Okay, that's cool. Anyways, back to the condo action. And blue's got more. Blue's got 70 condos. Now, if you start to hit red's production, this snowballs, and this might end the game very quickly. You can tell red is struggling for resources. I'm actually really curious to see the res sent at the conclusion of this. Because it should be pretty similar based on the vill counts and whatnot, but it could be the type of resources that were sent. I don't really know. Like, they're both always at the limit here, right? They're both maxed. When I say at the limit, like they're spending their res pretty quickly. It could have something to do with perfusion being in the mix as well. And anyways, red desperate selling res, blue loving life. Siege tower and condos are actually over here, which means that blue is going to get over the wall, right? And whoops, now you've got some condos in your base there, Alex. I hope you've enjoyed sending resources to your teammate this entire time, because now you have no one to help you, because he's on the other side of the map. Siege tower thing didn't really do any damage there. There's just a villager attacking a palisade, and we have condos v condos. And this game is over unless red can make more condos. So, yeah. Pretty much exactly what you should have expected. And it's just pretty freaking ridiculous, man. We do have green going to Castle Age now. I wonder if he's going to be tempted to research coinage there. Ooh, blue has actually followed through the gate here. Trapping a couple of his own units. And whoop, there goes the blue spam. Okay, so what's happening here is the siege tower can always transport units over now. And so blue has decided, let's send some units directly towards that siege tower. How many barracks are we working off of here? We've got 11 barracks. And red's got 8, so that plays its role as well. But you have to imagine some of the barracks are new. And now blue is flooding his condos into red space. And again, condo v condo. Again, the winning team says Castle Age is doable for me. I can save some resources for myself because my teammate is saying that we are winning now. But you still have to be careful because blue is now 20 military behind red. And blue has kind of thrown some army here. Some are attacking the gate, letting others in. But, like, now these guys are trapped. And blue, you're not really surviving on your own economy here either. You're surviving on other people's economies. So it's the same story for red. I don't know about raiding villagers there. I don't think that was the smartest play. Now, what you could do is you could just simply attack the gates. Ooh, it looks like blue's maybe going to go for the lumber camp here. And orange has to wall behind. Good job from orange to stabilize. The barracks is actually a big vulnerability. That building will melt. And, oh boy. Oh, I don't know if orange has it in him here. Alex. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Oh, no. There's a hole. Oh, no. That's brutal. So one of the players that have been sending resources then is heavily maimed, let's say. And it's now on red to somehow recover. Now, I don't know what this team is saying. I think yellow's probably like, hey, orange, you have a hole there. And orange is probably like, yo, thanks, bro. I obviously had a hole there. Like, I don't know why yellow's pinging there. Don't you hate that? It's like, hey, you're losing villagers there as you're like trying to garrison your bills. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I saw. I kind of heard the death and destruction in my base. Very helpful. I shouldn't talk. I am sometimes the guy who wants to point that type of stuff out too. It's all about the delivery, right? Red is adding petards. He wants to bust through some walls here. And red has 107 condos. And blue currently has 100, but some of those are over here, right? So, yeah, this is a big problem. Oh, God. It would be so funny if yellow pinged there again. But nope, yellow's just farming away. These poor guys that are slinging probably just want something to do. That is a fight that red could win the game with. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. What a clear. And blue's close to reinforcements. And now coinage has come in. So there is less tax for the resources that are being sent towards blue, which should mean that blue is able to produce more of them and recover. By the way, condos are currently taking out Orange's castle. And if they can take out Orange's castle, they're going to defeat Orange. And Orange needs to try and run. Only Orange is kind of surrounded, if you think about it. Because if Orange runs this way, there's condos knocking at the door. If Orange runs in the middle, well, I'm pretty sure they're going to be waiting for that. So Orange is going to be out of the game. Yellow is imping over here. And I remember that this team tried to get the other players in the game later on. There's also a ballista elephant in that castle. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I had said that I don't think it ever really makes sense to get your team, try and get your teammates back into the game. But specifically when, oh God. Oh no, the condos are holding the door open. Oh no, what have you done? Like trying to have a player come back into the game with this strategy when your team's losing is normally not feasible. When you take a good fight and you don't immediately need your carry player to receive everything you have, then you can do it. Like this is just a way to further secure your victory, what they've done. And, I mean, they've done a really good job, right? And the ELO shows on screen. The other team, you know, the We Started It team did a fantastic job in the original game and did a really good job here. They're clearly all very good players, but this is just all problematic. And it's going to lead to their downfall eventually. As I'm sure you guys can imagine. The Revenge team is just on it. Also, some of those condos for red are just not fighting in the middle there. They're just trying to boycott the whole situation. Petards from red? Okay, I guess he had maybe set them so we could break into someone else's base. That didn't happen. We even see more walling here from the Revenge team. And Orange is currently at 16 villagers. Some of those villagers are within his walls, but that's pretty much the last time we'll update you on him. Man, look at these walls. Walls through choke points. Bowyar's on the way for green. What on earth are they seeing? I guess what they're seeing right now is that blue hasn't killed them yet, right? Blue has not been able to defeat orange yet either, but oh no! Oh no! Does orange realize his days are numbered here? Does he realize this? Does he have anything left in his base? He's got a couple farmers, thankfully. Red signals that. And orange is like, I'm out of here. Oh, this is funny. I don't know what it is. But there is something really entertaining about watching someone try and survive in these instances. Probably because it just never happens. Anyways, GG's called, it seems. They seem to realize that their days are numbered. Maybe they caught glimpse of the Boyars. And I don't know if any words were exchanged here. It doesn't really seem like it. It looks like 3 out of the 4 have gone down. And yellow, dude, I know you really want to fight. Because you did the same thing in the first game. You did the same thing. Your teammates were all out of the game and you continued to play. So my advice to you, yellow, is try a different strat. Don't be the guy who sends resources to the other guy to have all the fun. Ask him for a turn, maybe. I mean, obviously, it's a team game. They want to try out a strategy. They want to get wins. I'm sure it is a lot of fun. But, like, bro, it didn't work when it was 4v4. The 1v4 is certainly not going to do it for you either. But he's like, listen, guys, I wanted to play one more game before bed. I wanted to test out my units. Can you blame me? So maybe I can't. Anyways, the ballistas are an elite. They're missing some upgrades. As I established, all the military that could be spamming in is going to be pretty good against this. And beautiful stuff from the Revenge team to give these players a taste of their own medicine. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, to quote Locke, who sent it to me, he says, I don't think this one is particularly interesting unless you're a fan of 100 condos running into each other over and over again. And I was absolutely interested in it because this is pretty cool. So, yet again, you can let me know what the strategy is. Not what the strategy is. You can let me know your thoughts on this game, but also just the strategy as a whole. And also, I normally would close this out by showing you resources and whatnot, but I've been trying to predict when Yellow is going to resign, and Yellow has not quite done it yet, leaving me in a bit of a pickle. There we go. Thank you, Yellow. Appreciate it. Well, maybe it just came down to Blue taking some really good engagements. Maybe it came down to perfusion, too. That could have maybe made all the difference with production speed, because initially Red took good fights, and then it all turned around and just went wrong. Blue did produce 33 fewer condos, though, so that's kind of nice. 33 less condos. Let's just check the resources sent. And actually, I think the proper way to do this is we need to look for perfusion, okay? And we need resources. I guess it's more so received more than anything, right? Where is that? Okay, so Red received more, but the game has been over for a while. So we're going to do a breakdown of various points in this game to see what the difference was, including I'm going to tab into the actual game, and we're going to see, did Red have perfusion? Like, at this stage, he should. Wait. Actually, no. Capture Age has a tool for this. Perfusion. Look. Look for the tech. Hold on. There's perfusion. That is from Blue. Again, there's a lot of data here. Did Red really not get it? I'm thinking that maybe Red didn't get it. Can I hide? Oh, man, Capture Age, you're insane. Red didn't get perfusion. What is that right there? That is fletching. Red didn't get perfusion. Ah, that's such a big technology for production. Oh, boy. Well, that might explain the whole situation right there then. Blue having the faster production made all the difference. But let's still check, okay? So I want to go at various points in this game. Just hear me out. It's crazy. 15 minutes already spamming. Okay, this is where it's close. Let's look at resources received. Red received more. Okay, Red received more. Red is currently getting a text from all his friends. Like, bro, you threw for us. Well, you ruined the game. Okay, 20 minutes. Doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot of bodies, a lot of things went down. A lot of bodies were thrown around. Resources received. Red received more. Red doing a better job. Okay, all right. Well, doing a better job at receiving gifts. 25 minutes. This is where maybe the game started to swing a little bit against Red, but even still, we should check. Keep in mind, Orange was getting hit. Red still received more. So, in theory, we don't have the exact amounts of resources. That's where it gets complicated. In theory, we then go to the timing for perfusion. That was at 20 minutes. The game at this point, Red is behind. I remember he took one bad fight near the trees. But if he had perfusion here, maybe they end up snowballing this. Maybe it's a little bit different. Like, I could definitely see players like players for the better skilled team not wanting to send all their resources. So you could maybe look through at various points and you could just think and say, like, are they banking any res at this point? It doesn't really look like they banked a ton of resources. It doesn't truly look like they're being that greedy. They probably end up being greedy once they know they're already winning here. Like now, you know, you see that Blue's taking some really good engagements. Now Green starts to save the food. Anyways, just things to think about. So basically, it's crazy that one technology could swing it. But when you're talking about the Goths and you're talking about the increased production speed of barracks, and you're only producing out of the barracks, absolute need to get perfusion. And unless I'm completely blind, that just did not happen here for Red. So maybe they could have actually gotten the win against a better team. Anyways, I'll show a couple glances at the total stats. I hope people enjoyed this game. I hope it was a good time. I'm always searching for different games to spice up the content. So we'll continue to do my best at that, I guess. Now some of this data's gone. Man, are you guys down? I might just spend the next 10 minutes toggling these things on and off. Ooh. Ooh, cool data. Yes. Oh my God, my PC's lagging. Oh, geez. It's breaking. Okay, thanks for watching. I think my PC's gone now. Goodbye.